Morning, all of you. Today we discuss the next topic as a value engineering. So, in this value engineering or value analysis is an effective tool which we can use for the cost reduction, and we can improve that value of that particular product. So, it reduce that cost and also it improve that value for a particular product or service. So, value analysis. So, in this value analysis, we identify unwanted we can identify that unwanted cost or unnecessary cost which we can eliminate without affecting that quality, efficiency and other features of the product. So we find out that unnecessary cost or unnecessary elements which introduce cost in that product, and we can eliminate that particular elements or cost which are unnecessary without affecting the quality and efficiency of that particular product. So it is a technique so that we can improve that value of the particular product by determining essential functions. As soon as we identify that unnecessary elements, so it will improve that value of that particular product by observing or determination of that essential functions of that particular product. So value is the how you can define that value. So value is nothing but that cost paid by that consumer for a particular product or particular service. Cost paid by that consumer for a particular product with respect to that or with respect to the particular product or with respect to that particular service. So this value is nothing but a combination of quality, efficiency, price and service which ensure economy and satisfaction of that consumer. So we can define that value which is a cost for that particular product function which paid by that consumer, and we can also determine which is a combination of particular quality, efficiency and price and service for the particular satisfaction of the consumer. So we can define this value, and this value we can categorize it into the four types. And that is categorized as a estimate value, use value, cost value, exchange values. So these are the we can categorize these type values in these four types. So estimate value. So for which property that consumer want to desire, consumer want or desire to purchase that particular product. For which property or which feature that consumer want or desire to purchase that particular product. This is nothing but that estimate value. So it provides property, features and attractiveness to service product which make that ownership desirable. So these are the nothing but properties and features, property and feature of that particular product for which that consumer want it or consumer desire that particular product. So another one is the use value. It is defined as a quality and property of that particular product. It is nothing but that use value is a determined in terms of quality and properties of that particular product. Third one is the cost value. Cost value is related to the resources. So cost value, it is the total cost of material, labor, overhead and services to produce that particular product. And fourth one is the exchange value. It is again defined in terms of quality and particular properties of that particular product which we can exchange by another one according to the exchanger desires, which we can exchange another one according to the exchanger desire. So these are nothing but there are four types of that values. So how we can define that value analysis? This value analysis considering seven phases. This value analysis considering the seven phases. So these seven phases are categorized in terms of general phases, information phases, function phase, creation phase, evaluation, investigation, recommendation phase. So these 7 phases, with these 7 phases, we can define that value analysis, or we can identify. We can identify unnecessary elements. We can give recommendation for cost reduction, and we can implement that. We can implement that particular suggestion for improvement of that value of that particular product. So these 7 pages, in these 7 pages, first page is general phase. So it is a basic phase in which first we define that particular project. We can define that particular project, identify particular objective for that project. So it is a general phase. We just identify that particular project, we define that objective of that particular project, and for this, defining this area objective for that particular project, we define this 6 terms. We define the 6 terms as a, we can identify, select that project, establish priorities, plan a specific project, formation of the team, prepare team, term of references for that project, and give responsibilities. So for defining area and defining objective, these 6 elements we can define. These 6 elements we can define, and we can define that project and objective for that particular project. In this first phase, general phase. Second phase, in the second phase is the information phase. In the second phase, all the information regarding information phase, as per name, it collect or it can collect that information regarding about that project. So it collect information regarding project, including that cost, including cost data, and it also to collection of this data, we can collect the collection of the facts, determination of the cost, and fixation of the cost of specification and requirement. So it is the information page. It collects all the information regarding this project. So in this information, we collect that facts regarding that project, again cost related to that project, and how we can reduce that cost as per specification and requirement. Now third phase is nothing but a functional phase. So in this phase, function of the product are analyzed. It is as a functional phase. So functions of the product are analyzed and classified as a primary and secondary functions. So in this phase, we have following objectives which are related to the functions. So decide here area of that value analysis and functions which that product perform. So these objectives are related to the function. So for second one is the relate phase function to the cost and worth of the providing that product. So relate that function to the cost. Again determine core value function for eliminating that unwanted cost. Again we can refer some points. Again we can refer, or we can compare that elements with reference to some standard, with reference to some standard points, so that we can give alternatives. For that particular functions. Again, formulate a minimum cost. To provide psychological incentive to the customers. And 6 one is the discourage relaxation in product development team. These are all related to the functional term of that particular product. So another phase is the creation phase. So in this creation phase, it is nothing but innovative. It is nothing but a generation of innovative ideas. Creation phase. Generation of that innovative ideas. In that, to generate that innovative idea, we can and these innovative ideas we can use it to solve that particular problem. So for generation of that particular idea, there are we can generate that ideas by brainstorming or by this determination of that problem solving by using the evaluation of the all ideas, making comparison, determination interrelationship, anticipating objections, and determine the place and time for the appropriate actions. So we can generate idea by brainstorming, compare it with that different ideas. Again, we can define interrelationship among these ideas, anticipating objections, and again we can determine place and time for appropriate actions. It is a creation phase. In evaluation phase, in this phase we can evaluate that particular idea. Evaluate that particular idea according to some reference. According to some reference. So it is a evaluated phase. Ideas generated in this creation phase are evaluated by selecting ideas generated. By selecting ideas generated in the evaluation phase, preliminary screening of that idea by considering by following questions: will that idea work? Will cheaper than present design? It is feasible or it satisfies the user requirement? And by evaluating this, find most suitable proposal and obtain its cost. In this, it is the evaluation phase, and some last phases are the investigation and the recommendation phase. So in investigation phase, the proposal this is investigated. As we evaluate that idea, we define some ideas for that particular function. We define the idea for that particular function. So by these ideas are investigated, these proposals are investigated and converted into the work plan. These ideas are converted into the work plan by using these following steps. Find out feasibility limitation of that particular idea, prepare a work plan, converting ideas into the tangible proposals. And another one is the last one is the recommendation phase. So this final proposal, whatever the final proposal is recommended to the management with benefits and limitations of that particular proposal. So it again having some steps, preparation of that plan proposal with benefits and limitation, and if management have some problems or some queries, then again it will review that particular proposals, and again we can resubmit it with a proper solution to that particular queries. So these are the 7 phases of that value analysis. With that 7 phases of value analysis, we can eliminate that unwanted cost by defining that unwanted functions, and remove that unwanted cost. Again, these applications of the value analysis, again these are we can apply to the resources of that particular product, which are the material, methods, process, services, etc., etc., to bring out that particular cost to the lower value. So again, next one is the we can apply this. We can apply to the high cost applications or high cost functions. We can apply it to the high cost functions. We can reduce that high cost values or high cost functions which consumes more value annually. So it implies particular atom whose total consumption, annual consumption is more, and we can give top priority for that such particular application in this value analysis. So again we can some shortage materials we can apply for the shortage material, again for imported materials or some materials which are difficult to procure or purchase. So we can apply this value analysis for such elements to reduce that particular cost. So we can apply to the different products. You can apply to the different products.